Hey guys, it's your good old buddy KB Giants fan here with what to do with the Lordvessel we have just acquired. Now, I know that at the end of the last video I said well, I was going to think about making Anor Londo dark or not right now. I really had a change of thought. There's a couple of things we really should handle before we even think about doing that. So right here, this is just for reference. I'm pretty sure you guys did this if you explored here. It's just a way how to open up the big double doors at the end of this hallway to really open up Anor Londo. And there's a couple other doors. I don't think I really need to show you how to open those up. I'm pretty sure you guys have gotten this far. I mean, even though you're following this guide, you probably are getting your way around this game pretty damn okay now. So I'm just going to show you real quick how to open this up. And I found a bloodstain of mine in here, which was quite interesting. I don't remember how that even got there, but anyhow. The reason I wanted to bring up the Lordvessel is that you guys probably know when you actually complete this game, defeat the final boss, you actually, it warps you right back to the beginning of the game again, and the game continues. But it's called New Game Plus, basically. So here's the double doors, and there's a switch to open them. So on New Game Plus, you basically start with all your upgrades, all your weaponry, all your spells, everything except for keys and Covenant items that must be acquired to continue on through the story. And the reason I bring up New Game Plus is there is of course Kingseeker Frampt, which is the one who told us to go get the Lordvessel, and he's going to show us what to do with it. So you can use a homeward bone or whatever after you open that door. You can ignore this part completely if you've already opened that up, because we're gonna warp on back to Firelink Shrine and talk to Kingseeker Frampt. But there, like I just said, there is another Kingseeker who's kind of a hidden one. And although we can technically get to him now, I don't think that's a good idea on your first playthrough. That's something more or less to do later on. So I believe myself this is the way the developers of the game intended the game to be played, the first playthrough. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. And I think right now here I'm just looking at my weapons and what I want to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade that shield, I think, pretty soon here. So it might be upgraded by the next time you see my inventory. I'm going to bump that. I just like this Hollow Soldier shield. I like the Eagle shield a lot too, but I'm kind of sticking with that for now. So, yeah. Don't worry about the hidden Kingseeker. We're just going to go give this thing to Frampt right now. And another thing, yeah, I never kindled this bonfire up yet, but don't worry about that. I'll do it at some point. So go ahead and warp to Firelink Shrine, and we're going to go talk to the Kingseeker. And basically, you probably ran into, if you've been exploring the world on your own a little bit, you have probably noticed orange and yellowish fog gates that you were unable to enter. Behind those fog gates are the four main bosses of this game, or the four main demons, whatever you want to call them. The most powerful ones, besides the final boss of the game. And once we acquire the Lordvessel, it's going to allow us to enter their areas. So, for the most part, once we've got, I think I'm going to switch over to Lightning Spear again, because we've got all this fire, all this pyro to use, and unless the enemies are weak to fireballs or and immune to lightning, I'm still going to stick with that for a while. And by the way, feel free to use whatever weapon you want. I'm just kind of giving you guys my basic idea of what I think is the easiest stuff to use, most user-friendly, the safest approach. So, go ahead and feel free. I'm just giving my suggestions. And back to the Lordvessel and Kingseeker Frampt. This placing the Lordvessel here is basically going to open up the entire world. Now, once he explains who the four main bosses are, and we're going to need to get their souls, obviously, to open up the final area of the game, which is spoiler alert. This is actually the final area of the game right here. The beginning of the game is actually the end. So, the four main evil boss guys, I shouldn't say guys, they can be attacked in any order. We are pretty much free to traverse through this game however we'd like now. And there's one more hidden area too that I'll kind of get into. Not quite yet, but yeah, so what I'm basically going to do here for the remainder of this guide is show you guys the path that I prefer to take. Because the first time I played through this game, I didn't use a guide of any kind, and I missed a whole bunch of shit, and I think I might have went through maybe in an incorrect order, because I had a couple of struggles at some points. And this order, to me, because of the items we'll acquire, the weapons we'll acquire, certain things along the line, should really help you through the game, through these areas. So, again, this is a recommendation of the order we're going to want to go through the rest of the game. It really is totally open. You can almost watch the rest of my videos kind of out of order if you'd like, or you can follow along and do what I'm doing. So here we go. We're gonna go in and place the Lordvessel, and I'll just give you a gist of what he's saying. Oh, the gist. There's 4. These guys are difficult, and for all of them in their own way. There's Seath the Scaleless, which is a scaleless dragon. There is the 4 Kings, which they're pretty difficult. And there's the Witch of Izalith, I think is how you pronounce it. Oh crap, I can't remember. Izalieth or whatever. And then there is Grave Lord Nito. Now, I'm kind of going to jump around a little bit here. I'm not going to necessarily go straight through each, boss's area, because there's kind of a mini boss here and there too. So there's areas we're going to want to traverse. So since we have here we go. So those are the orangish yellowish gates. They're going to open up. So what I'm going to do is kind of jump around. We're going to go to certain areas and we're going to warp around, and it's going to really help us out. So again, this is you don't really have to follow me through. I'll say that for the last time. So now that we've done that, and now that those areas are all open, go ahead and talk to Framp real quick. And you might want to, you can think about which order you want to tackle these guys in, or you can follow me through. But first things first, the next area we really, really want to go through. Now, I highly stress this. We're going to get something that's extremely valuable for the rest of the playthrough. Extremely valuable. So we're going to want to craft one more weapon. There's probably a couple more we're going to make. We might eventually make a couple more, but for now, there's one more weapon we're going to want to craft, because there's one more little area we're going to want to explore, and it's right in Firelink area, so I figured I might as well go do that now. So for the next video, I'm going to show you how to create a divine weapon. I probably don't need to do this. I don't need to show you how to do it, but there are a multitude of reasons why we are going to want a divine weapon to go through the next area of the game. So as I'm doing this now, as you're watching this, and before you view the next one, go ahead and pick whatever weapon you want and get it up to a +5, because from there we're going to create our first divine weapon. So with that being said, go back and rest at the Firelink bonfire, and I will pick it up from here. Peace out from your good old buddy, KB Giants fan.